I have said to you how this has kept me up at night, what's going on at the federal level, and certainly how we're translating that and how we're coming up with answers to these really difficult conversations that we've been having, and I know that it keeps you up as well. I just want to say that, I talk a lot about our unhoused folks, and the reason I do that is because they are often the last to be thought of, and they certainly were more than left out of the governor's budget in a way that was meaningful. And I wanted to thank the chairs for supporting the subcommittee on making sure that we have cold weather support. While I wish it was even more, we certainly should be thinking about cold weather and warm weather support. It's really important that we understand that all of the numbers that one of our colleagues just shared about those cuts at the federal level, the things that's going to affect people the most. When LIHEAP goes away, if that's what's going to happen, that's going to drive people out of their homes. If the money is continuing to go away for programs like SNAP and other, WIC, those kinds of programs, not only does that cause people to not have food, but it drives the grocery prices up because the grocery stores count on SNAP and WIC for 15% of their bottom line. So that drives our prices up. And then at what point can we not afford groceries? People who are used to being able to afford groceries. I worked at Food Share during the pandemic, and I will tell you this. When we used to raise money, we used to say, close your eyes and think about a child who can't study because their belly's empty, or close your eyes and picture, a senior who's choosing between heat and food. And during the pandemic, when I was raising money, I would say, close your eyes and picture anybody you know, because that was who was showing up at Rentschler Field to get food from that distribution because of how frightening that was. And there was a backup plan then. There was ARPA coming. There were people who cared enough to make sure that there was money coming this way. That is not going to happen here. And so we have to be really clear on what our job is when it comes to the least among us. So thank you for the hard work, Madam Chairs.